If I get a copyright strike for that intro, YouTube has still not approved my AdSense, so come for me. Come for me, YouTube. Hey guys, I'm Maddie, and today I'm going to show you how to do this like tropical looking eyeshadow look with these 4 Colourpop shades. The fact that it took Troye Sivan releasing a new song to get me to sit down and actually film this tutorial is kind of unfortunate. I've been doing like a ton of behind the scenes stuff for like Amanda and a few other YouTubers. It's got me like pretty busy, but I definitely do need to be on here a lot more than I am. Anyway, long story short, I'm here. I'm here. So a few days ago, I actually got an email from Colourpop, which kind of like sucked me into buying a palette from them because they were having a sale where 4 shadows and a palette was $12. And I was like, 12 bucks? Okay. So I wanted to get some new like tropical shades for summer, just to do like a cool like tropical summer look like this. And I put together this little palette right here, and I'll put like the color names like right next to them, like right here. But with these 4 shades, I created this like tropical look, which I'm kind of in love with, like the sunset, like pink and orange right there, and then the teal and the turquoise. So I kind of like how it worked out together. And for only $12, like you couldn't beat it. So yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of like obsessed with this whole color palette for summer. And especially like Troy's song like kind of like fits the theme a little bit here, so it made me want to sit down and really film this. But yeah, so if you guys want to see how I got this tropical eyeshadow look, just keep on watching. I look like a weird combination of a frat boy and a ninja and an old man, and also Talia the creator's boyfriend. Alright, so since this tutorial mainly revolves around the eyes, I'm going to quickly run through my foundation, blush, and bronzing routine, and then we'll go ahead and get into the eye makeup. But first, I'm going to go ahead and go with some primer. This is the Peter Thomas Roth Skin to Die For primer. It's $28, and it's actually been really hot lately, so summer's already here. I find that this really helps control oil, and it's not as thick as like the Benefit Professional. So if you do like the Benefit Professional, I would try this, because I really do prefer this, and it has a few more skincare benefits as well. It says it's supposed to minimize your pores within 28 days, but does it? Not really, but it does help control oil. And the sunscreen I used was the Aloe Soothing Sun Cream from Colourpop. It's a 50 SPF with a triple PA+, and it's only about $16. And also, it doesn't cause flashback, which is a huge thing for me with sunscreen. So whenever I wear a sunscreen, I want one that doesn't have a lot of zinc in it because I don't want that flashback. And this works really well for sensitive skin, so it won't break you out. It's made with aloe, so it's really soothing. So for $16, this is a great SPF for your face. And right now, I'm going to get rid of any dullness in my face, so like any yellow tones. I'm going to be using a purple color corrector just around my eyes and my mouth area, just to really brighten things up. Now, using purple color correctors like with any kind of Asian skin tone, or just like any skin tone that's yellow in general, you just like, you notice it yourself, but I feel like other people don't notice that your skin is just like so flat. But when you use a purple color corrector, your skin's not as flat. It just brings your features forward when you put foundation on top. So I really like the way that purple color corrector looks under my foundation. And I'm just gonna blend that out with an Artiste brush. And now for foundation, I'm actually using something a little bit different. This is the SecretKey Miracle Essence Foundation. Now, I bought this on a whim, and I haven't really used it a lot. Well, I mean, half the bottle's missing, so obviously I have been using it. But I wore this the other day, and literally every person I ran into told me that my foundation looked amazing, and they were asking me what it was, and I was like, really? Because this isn't like a go-to foundation for me. So the fact that I got that many compliments the day I wore this has made me kind of come back to this foundation. And it's very mattifying, it's very full coverage, but the main issue is that it comes in 2 shades. Literally comes in 2 shades. So that's like a huge issue with Korean foundations. They just don't think there's a lot of profit in making darker shade ranges, which I think is ridiculous, obviously. And that's why like a lot of people in Asia, and a lot of my friends that are in Asia, MAC is like super popular over there. Like a lot of them use MAC foundations because they can't find Korean foundations that match their skin. Because obviously in Korean beauty, they think brighter skin is better, but brighter skin isn't putting an ivory foundation on someone that's a tan complexion. Like, it doesn't work that way. So a lot of people in Asia use MAC foundations just because they can't find the right shade in a Korean foundation. So they really need to expand the shade ranges, because there's literally this shade and then a lighter shade, and this barely matches me. So yeah, but that is just a whole problem with Korean foundations. But if you are a super pale shade that does match this foundation, it is a good foundation. They just need to make more shades, honestly. But as you can see, it is a very high coverage foundation, and it's also made with a hydrating essence serum as well. So even though it is a mattifying foundation, it's not going to dry your skin out, and your skin will still be hydrated even when you're wearing it. So the formula is really great. Because I don't like matte foundations because they really dry my skin out, but this one I really like how it still hydrates but keeps me completely matte. And now for concealer, I'm going to be using the SkinFood Water Stain Concealer. It's a full coverage concealer that's still very lightweight. You don't have to use too much, and the consistency of this stuff never creases. Alright, now that my concealer and foundation's on, I'm going to powder down with some Nars Crystal Translucent Powder. So there's a YouTuber named Yuki who has a really good explanation of this trick on her channel if you want to check that out. But basically, we're going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape to prime our eyelids. If you use a concealer that really dries matte, it'll make the eyeshadows more to their true pigment and a lot more vivid. And since we're going to be using this really pale green shade, we want that to show up really well on our eyes. So we're definitely going to want to prime our eyelids with a lighter concealer. And a tiny bit goes a very long way with this. I'll go ahead and put one more coat of this concealer on just to really get a full coverage. We got it on the lashes. We got it on the lashes. Let's not do that. Alright, so the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to use this orange shade right here as our crease shade. It's really good to use this as a transition shade as opposed to a brown, just because it's going to give us a more fun pop of color. And it's not going to look as muddy in the crease when we use like the pink shade. So get this all up in our crease. And you really want to use the lightest touch when you dip into this color, because it's extremely pigmented, so you don't need to use too much of it. It's funny because the two shades in this palette that we want to be like a really nice sheer touch of color are extremely pigmented, and the two colors that we want to be really pigmented are really sheer. So it's funny how that works that way. Just pop it right into the crease, and then blend it out. Like blend it, girl. You gotta blend that. Alright, and now taking a small defining crease brush. This is one of my favorite eyeshadow brushes I own. It's from Makeup Geek. We're just going to dip into the pink shade and pop it right into our crease as well. And just kind of mix those two shades together. And really blend it out. And it's going to kind of create like a sunset gradient, so just really like tropical. You know, just tropical vibes. But yeah, like I said, you gotta be careful with the orange and the pink shade because they're extremely pigmented. So literally just like a touch so you don't have to blend too hard. Alright, and now going in with our two main colors, we're gonna take this top teal shade 3/4 into the eye. So starting from right here to 3/4 of the way through our eyelid. Alright, so just picking it up with an E32 from Sigma and putting it right on our lid 3/4 of the way to our eye. So just focus it on the lid. If you get a little bit of it in the crease, you can always go back in with your blending brush and cover that right up, but mainly just go 3/4 into the eye with it. So we're gonna stop right about there. And you can really build up the color as well. So going back in with more pigment. Alright, and now going in with that darker teal shade, we're just gonna put that right on the outer corner to really deepen it up. And then really blend those two shades together, so there's no line. So see how there's like a nice gradient and it's not like too harsh right here? They just really go into each other. And you can always deepen it up just a little more if you want to, like going back in there with the darker shade. Alright, and now on the lower lash line, we're going to take those two same matte shades, starting with the orange and just going once again very lightly right on the lower lash line with the same kind of blending brush. And just very lightly blend that down, just to give that same kind of sunset effect on our bottom lash line. And then go in with the pink and put it right on that same area. And really blend those two shades together. Alright, now to make that lower lash line really pop, we're going to be using one of the new Stila glitters. And this is in the shade Perlina. And it's just a really sheer white glitter with a little bit of pink. This is just going to give like a tiny line of glow to our bottom lash line, and it's really going to make everything stand out. So just keep it as close to the lash line as you can, but I love putting like a little bit of glitter right on the lash line. And you can also really focus it on the inner corner as well. And now I'm just going to do a really quick wing with the Too Faced Sketch Marker Liner, and I always start with the wing first. Yeah, see, it's really easy to get a nice wing with that. Okay, I'm actually going to go with this Makeup Forever liner that I find a little bit easier to use than that. Like, I ain't proud of that wing, but it's salvageable. Let's see. Okay, we made that smoother. Yeah, so I see why a lot of people don't like the Too Faced one. That, for some reason, it kind of bled everywhere. See that Makeup Forever one? So much better. Alright, now I'm just going to go with the Hamish Delson Mascara. And it has a curved wand brush, and it's kind of liquidy. but it really gives a lot of length and volume to the lashes while not clumping, which is a huge issue. For like, especially my lashes, they always like to clump up. But this one works pretty well. Also at a drugstore price, which is pretty great. Alright, so basically that's that for the eyeshadow tutorial. You can use fake lashes if you want to on top of this, but for colored eyeshadow looks, I really just like having mascara on, just because sometimes the lashes can really overpower like the bright colors. So I like it at just this, but you can always have fake lashes if you want to. I actually tried out this look with fake lashes yesterday, and I found them to be like a little bit too like big on my eyes for this look. And I've actually had this entire look on for literally about 2 hours, because my camera died like at the very end of me filming the part where I did my mascara. So yeah, this has been on for 2 hours and it stayed pretty strong. So using the Tarte Shape Tape as an eyeshadow primer was pretty awesome because it's still as vibrant as ever. And I love how like literally these 4 shadows were just $12, and then I had a $5 coupon code too. So literally I just paid like $7 for this plus shipping, so that's not bad at all, especially since they're like so high pigment as well. Yeah, I really like these shadows. I just wanted to do a tutorial with like a little bit of color, like kind of tropical theme since it is about to be summer. So yeah, I think it turned out pretty well. But yeah, if you guys like this eyeshadow tutorial, make sure to leave a like down below. It's a really easy thing to do that really supports my channel. And of course, let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comment section below, and subscribe for future content. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys.